All right, good morning. We've got games that started all various times this morning. Well, not this morning, but today, this evening, of course. So 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, 7:30, 8 o'clock. And then we've got three light games. Two of them that start at 7 o'clock my time. One starts at 7:30. So better bring the coffee if you're going to be watching games on the East Coast. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Tampa Bay. The Lightning are in against the New Jersey Devils. Now, for Tampa, they're trying to bounce back from a loss last night. And it was a loss against the Rangers that was really kind of a complete and total loss. So they have a lot to work with today in terms of practice and looking at footage and trying to figure what went wrong, because a lot went wrong last night. And for New Jersey, they're a team that's trying to get back on track. They're 2-5-2. Tampa's 5-4-2 on the road. Tampa's 3-3-1, which is a very pedestrian record compared to last year, all around. They've already lost 6 games between regulation and extra time. And last year, of course, they won 62, so they only lost 20 all year. On the New Jersey side at home, they're 2-2-2. So it's very symmetrical relationship, but it's not a particularly profitable one if you want to make the playoffs. So New Jersey needs the win, and so does Tampa. Both of these teams sitting outside playoff spots currently, which is unexpected. Your leading scoring forwards on Tampa Bay, Stamkos, 5 goals, 7 assists. Kucherov, 4 goals, 7 assists for him. On the New Jersey side, Taylor Hall has a goal and 6 assists. Hughes and Zacha both have 2 goals and 3 assists. They are the tied for second leading scoring forwards on the team. On the defensive side, Hedman, I haven't heard yet about how long Hedman's going to be out. I'd be very surprised and highly suspicious of him being in tonight's opening lineup. He has 2 goals, 7 assists. I think he's going to be out for a while. Shattenkirk, 4 goals and 3 assists on the blue line as well. Vatanen, 2 goals, 3 assists for New Jersey. Subban, a goal and 3 assists. On the goaltending side, McElhinney's listed as likely. That makes total sense because Vasilevsky played last night. 910 save percentage. McElhinney has a 915. Now, McElhinney's save percentage is higher. Tampa Bay doesn't give him goal support. It's like Hudobin in Dallas until last night where Hudobin suddenly got goal support. Maybe tonight McElhinney gets goal support from the Tampa Bay Lightning. And if they're going to wake up and turn things on, now might be a good time to do that. Because the funny thing is, a slow start in October, everybody's kind of, it's fine. But we're about a month away from people going, okay, wait, what? We're how far out? Now, in New Jersey, their starting goaltender is going to be Schneider. He has an 876 save percentage, which needs to be improved. Blackwood has an 871 save percentage. That also needs to be improved. Almost everything related to the New Jersey Devils needs to be improved, except Hughes has started picking it up, and we'll see if he's able to continue that pretty decent run that he's been on to start the season. So next up, Edmonton in against Columbus. Again, this one starts at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. The Oilers, 8-4-1. Their overall record's good. Their recent record is not. They are finding ways to lose. They've lost 4 of their last 5. And they're in against Columbus, who are 5-4-2. Now, do I still believe in the Oilers? At home, they're pretty good. On the road, they're 3-3-1. At home, Columbus is 3-2-1. So while Columbus is kind of where people might have expected them, Edmonton's still ahead of where they were expected to be. Now, if they can bounce back and get a win over Columbus tonight, the doom and gloom should lighten a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. That loss to Detroit last night, that should be a wake-up call and should have Dave Tippett kind of cracking the whip today. Leading scoring forwards for Edmonton, of course, Leon Draisaitl, 10 goals, 12 assists. McDavid, 6 goals, 16 assists, both of them with 22 points. The problem is that as great as they are, they need support. There needs to be other people scoring. On the Columbus side, it's been scoring by committee. Dubois, their leading scorer, at 5 goals, 2 assists. Nyquist with 2 goals and 4 assists is their second leading forward in points. On the defensive side of things, Clefbaum, a goal and 8 assists. It's been a while since he got on the board. Nurse, 2 goals and 6 assists. On the defensive side for Columbus, Jones, a goal and 6 assists. Werenski with 2 goals and 3 assists. So the overall scoring looks like it favors the defense of the Oilers, but when you look at recent games, I'd say their last 5, scoring has been sparse. Goaltending, Smith's been confirmed. Korpisalo's been confirmed. Smith has a 914 save percentage. Koskinen played last night. He still has a 922. So if you want to avoid the doom and gloom for the Oilers, look at it this way. The defense is still playing well. Their goaltending is still playing well. They didn't have that going for them last year. It's a matter of finding that depth scoring. It's going to be really tricky finding that depth scoring. Korpisalo, 896 save percentage. He's played better than his save percentage would indicate. Merzlikins, 863. I don't think we're going to see a lot of Elvis this year. I think we're going to see a whole heck of a lot of Korpisalo, and that could be a good thing. Korpisalo does have a better save percentage than Bobrovsky for people keeping track at home. So you save $10 million on a goalie, and you get better numbers from the guy that you kept over the guy that you let go. Not saying that if Bobrovsky had stayed in Columbus, he might not have had better numbers than he currently has in Florida, but it's out there, so why not make mention of it? Moving along. The Oilers are there. This is the Wild. The Minnesota Wild are in against St. Louis. So for Minnesota, last night you had a 3-0 lead against Dallas. Dallas is a team that doesn't score. Whoops, Dallas scores 6 goals. That shouldn't happen. So, yeah, whoops. Now they're in against the defending Cup champion, St. Louis Blues, who aren't playing like Cup champions this year, not yet. They're 6-3-3. Minnesota's now 4-8. Again, the longer we get into the season, the more it goes from, that'll be fine, to, okay, I know. No, it's not fine. This isn't fine. On the road, they're 1-7. That's not good enough. I don't think I need to tell people that, though. At home, St. Louis is 3-1-2. They've had their problems. Either they've only lost 1 in regulation at home out of 6, or they've lost 3 out of 6. They've won 3 out of 6. Depends how you look at it, right? Leading scoring forwards, Eric Staal, 4 goals, 4 assists for Minnesota. Jason Zucker, 4 goals, 3 assists. On the St. Louis side, Braden Shen, 9 goals, 4 assists. Perron, 6 goals and 6 assists for the St. Louis Blues. On the defensive side of things, Minnesota has kind of a bunch of guys who can score points. Hunt, 4 goals, 3 assists. He has fallen off from his early fast start this year. You can't expect Hunt to continue to produce at like a 50-point pace on the blue line. Suter, 2 goals, 4 assists. He is likely to hit around 40-45 points. Spurgeon, he can produce as well. And Dumba will. A goal and 5 assists as long as he remains healthy. On the St. Louis side of things, Pietrangelo, 4 goals, 3 assists. And if you believe rumors and whatnot, according to Bob McKenzie, there has been no further talk of contract between Pietrangelo and the Blues. So that's a situation that's out there. Parayko, 6 assists. On the goaltending front, Dubnyk's listed as likely, which makes sense since he is good to go. Stalock played last night, has a .914 save percentage. Dubnyk has an .880 save percentage. Needs to come up with a big game tonight. Minnesota needs something to build on. For St. Louis, they're going with Binnington because they don't really have another option that's going to work. At what point do we have that uncomfortable conversation about Allen getting traded or waived? Binnington has a .912 save percentage. Allen, in limited appearances, still has an .849 save percentage. So if you're a fan of the Blues, that's got to be a bit of a concern. That the backup goaltending spot, there really isn't anybody there to fill it that they have any faith in right now. Allen's there. He's a warm body on the bench. But in reality, I think they'd like to figure something else out. And for Binnington, he'd probably like to have nights off. The pressure that he's going to face if Allen's numbers remain mediocre and below, that pressure isn't going to be as high as what he faced in the final, obviously. But while what he faced in the finals was heavier pressure, this is going to go on all season. And while he may not look nervous, he may end up looking kind of tired. Next up, we have Colorado at home against Florida. Florida coming off that miserable night against Vancouver, where Barkov didn't look right. I'm going to say right now, Barkov didn't look great. And he had some competition as not many looked right on the ice. Their defensive coverage was terrible. So they're 5-3-4 now. So again, if you're a Florida fan, they've only lost 3 in regulation out of 12. If you're me and you're a pessimist, you go, they've only won 5 out of 12. They're technically in a playoff position right now, but they're very unpredictable. And their road record of 3-2-3. Again, if you're an optimist, 2 regulation losses. Otherwise, you look and go, well, they've only won 3 out of 8 on the road. At home, the 8-2-1 Avalanche are 4-1. But the Avalanche are short Rantanen and Landeskog. and it's going to be a while for both. So that is problematic. The Panthers' leading scorers are still Huberdeau with 5 goals, 8 assists, Barkov with 13 assists. So, Barkov is putting the helpers on the board, hasn't got a goal yet. On the Colorado side of things, McKinnon 6 goals, 9 assists, Rantanen 5 goals, 7 assists. And again, Colorado, it's a huge test now for them and of their position when it comes to things like the standings and my glorious power rankings. On the defensive side, Weegar 3 goals, 5 assists. Surprisingly fast start for Mackenzie Weegar. Ekblad 1 goal, 5 assists for him. On the Colorado side, Makar 1 goal, 9 assists. Amazing rookie year he's off to so far. And, with this start for Makar and with guys out, this is a good chance for him to show that he can help carry more of the weight if he's capable of, stepping up just a little bit offensively with goals and whatnot. Cole, 5 assists. Gerard, 5 assists as well. On the goaltending front, there hasn't been a confirmation yet. I don't know where you go. Both Bobrovsky and Montembeault didn't look great. Montembeault played the back half of a back-to-back. I guess you go with Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky has an .870 save percentage. Montembeault a .905. The number for Bobrovsky is scary. On the Colorado front, I would expect Grubauer. He has a .920 save percentage, but Francouz has a .926. So much cheaper goaltending for Colorado, and its numbers are overall better. But if you're a Florida fan and you're saying, hey, it's not all on Bobrovsky, it's on the defense as well, oh, absolutely. But for Joel Quenneville, he has to be losing his mind right now watching what he's got on the ice. And on some level, he may be wondering, what have I got myself into here? This isn't a whole lot better than things were in Chicago when I left there. All right, that being said, I now need to change boards. All right, next on the board, it's these guys, Arizona at home against Montreal. And how much would we like to see a white Kachina out there, not just the black one? But maybe that's just me. Montreal, 5-4-2 record overall. Arizona's 7-3-1. On the road, Montreal's 2-1-2, so they haven't been on the road a ton yet this year. Whereas Arizona hasn't been home a lot either, 3-1 at home. So this is a big game for Montreal. Montreal has to be looking at a very vulnerable-looking Toronto in third place in their division and thinking, hey, a good way to prevent Toronto and Boston from meeting each other would be if we got that third spot instead. Ironically, though, if Toronto fell down into a wild card spot and if Boston was first, right? The leading scorers from Montreal up front, Gallagher, 5 goals, 5 assists. Drouin, 5 goals, 5 assists. On the Arizona side, Schmaltz, 4 goals and 7 assists. Garland, 6 goals and 2 assists is your second leading forward in scoring for the Arizona Coyotes. On the defensive side, Shea Weber, 1 goal, 5 assists. Petrie, 2 goals and 4 assists for him. On the defensive side for Arizona, Goligoski, a goal and 6 assists. Ekman Larson, 2 goals and 5 assists. Goaltenders, no confirmation yet. It'll very likely be Price, I would think. He has a .907 save percentage. Kincaid, .875. And Price has been good this year. It's just when you get those people that are like, Price is the greatest goalie in the world. It's like, see, this is why people talk about how silly that is. Some goaltenders having very good years. You look across the ice to Arizona, you got 2 good examples. Darcy Kemper, .933 save percentage. Ranta, .922 save percentage. Nobody's going to say Price isn't a great goaltender, fantastic goaltender. But when it's like he's the greatest ever and he's absolutely fantastic, no, just cut that down a little bit. I would expect to see Kemper tonight. I'd be very surprised if they don't go with him. He's been red hot. And for Arizona in general, it's a matter of trying to keep it up. There are going to be people expecting them to fall off the wagon as well and just, end up falling by the wayside. And they need to just continue where this hot start has taken them so far. Speaking of which, last game of the night, which starts at 7:30 my time, 10:30 Eastern. Vancouver, they're 7-3-1. They're in against the 4-8 LA Kings. This is an interesting game. So Vancouver on the road hasn't been great. They're 3-3. Whereas LA at home, also not great, 2-3. And it's kind of like last year where LA at home, which used to be a pretty strong team, and it used to be pretty tough to get points out of there. It isn't as tough to get points out of there as it used to be. Now for Vancouver, traditionally going through California, it's I call it the Valley of Death when they go on that California trip. We'll see how things work out this year. This year feels sort of different. Pettersson, 3 goals and 11 assists for him. JT Miller, 6 goals, 7 assists. First round draft pick, that's fine to give up for a player who's producing at that level. On the LA side, Kopitar, 4 goals, 7 assists. Kovalchuk is stuck at 3 goals and 5 assists. We'll see if he can get off of that tonight. On the defensive side, Edler, 3 goals, 6 assists. Quinn Hughes, 1 goal and 6 assists. On the LA side of things, Doughty, 3 goals and 4 assists. And Sean Walker, surprisingly, 3 goals and 3 assists for him already in this young season. Can he keep that up? No, probably not. But you know what? Good on him, and it'd be fun to see him end up with some, 10 goals, 15 goals, something around that level, about 35, 40 points, and just see what that does for either his trade value or how much he'd be worth for his contract. On the goaltending front, Markstrom has a .920 save percentage. I expect him back in tonight. People were surprised to see Demko against Florida. Demko has a .941 save percentage. Apparently, whatever caused Markstrom to go home to Sweden, whatever family issue is going on that he's not talking about, may still be having some effect on him where they're like, all right, we're going to give him a day off. So we'll see if he has maintenance days and days off like this. On the LA side of things, I would go with Quick. Quick's got an .849 save percentage, but he seems to be getting better for the most part. Campbell has an .880 save percentage, so either way, LA needs to figure it out. Now, for Vancouver and Arizona, they're both tied with 7-3-1 records for that wildcard spot. They're both 1 point ahead of Calgary. They are both 1 point behind both Vegas and Anaheim. It is possible that tonight, Arizona and Vancouver would bump all 3 teams in that division down. So you'd see Vegas and Anaheim as the wildcard teams, the Oilers down as far as third because they would both have 8-3-1 records, and the Oilers could be 8-5-1. But, of course, the Oilers against Columbus have a chance to maintain first place and pull out a bit of a lead over their division. Not much, and it's early in the year, but the Pacific Division could be very, very interesting to watch in general. Of course, on the eastern side of things, if Tampa can win, they pull within 1 point of Toronto. Same for Montreal. And, if Tampa wins and Florida loses, so again, we're already into that stage where things are still kind of fluid, but we're seeing some of the same teams in the playoffs right now that we saw a couple weeks ago. And at some point, again, the fast start turns into, okay, so this is who's probably going to make the playoffs. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just tap it upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.